All right, let's talk about an industry that, is a huge part of the American dream, but has been kind of stuck in the dark ages for decades. I'm talking about real estate. But a massive storm is brewing. We're on the brink of a tech-driven revolution that's going to completely reshape how we buy and sell homes. And it's all happening by 2031. So what does this all mean? Well, it brings us to the one question that's on everyone's mind, the big one for this entire explainer. Is the traditional real estate agent, the person we've all relied on for generations, are they about to become extinct? The answer, well, it's not a simple yes or no, but let's just say the role is facing a massive, massive threat. Okay, so let's get right into it. How is this all going to happen? And I want to be super clear. This isn't science fiction. This isn't some pie-in-the-sky prediction for 2050. It is happening right now. And it's being driven by a perfect storm, a real 1-2 punch of huge regulatory changes and, you guessed it, a giant leap forward in AI. So here's the roadmap for our journey today. We're kicking things off in 2026, which is really the tipping point. Then we'll move into what's being called the Great Unbundling. After that, a new order starts to take shape, which brings us all the way to 2031, the automated new normal. Let's break down each step. So what's at the core of all this? Well, it's basically a massive conflict, a real clash of two completely different ways of doing things. You've got the old agent-driven model, think relationships, bundled commissions where you pay one big fee for everything, and a lot of manual work. And on the other side, the systems-driven model. This one is all about AI, automation, and pure platform efficiency. And it's about to blow that old model right out of the water. So what kicked all this off? What's the catalyst here? It's really this perfect storm, a rare moment where two gigantic forces are slamming into the industry at the exact same time, a regulatory earthquake and a technological tidal wave. All right, first up, let's talk about the regulatory push. And this is a big one. The huge NAR settlement from back in August 2024 completely blew up the old way of doing things. It basically forced a massive change. Now, buyers have to sign an agreement saying exactly how their agent will get paid before they even look at a single house. So that old, cozy, bundled 5 to 6% commission, yeah, it's pretty much dead. And look, this isn't just some theory. The numbers are already telling the story. Just 4 months after that settlement, the average commission for a buyer's agent dropped. It might not seem like a lot, but this is what we call commission compression. Think of it as the first little tremor before the big earthquake hits agent paychecks. So what's the result of all this pressure? A massive exodus. We're talking about a lot of agents leaving the industry. With commissions shrinking and the need to prove your value getting tougher, the predictions are that 15 to 20% of agents, think about that, almost 1 in 5, could be gone by the end of 2027. The great agent purge is already starting. Okay, now for the second part of that 1-2 punch, the tech. Specifically, generative AI search. I want you to completely forget about those old websites with the clunky filters for bedrooms and bathrooms. This is different. This is like having a conversation, using normal, everyday language, with a system that just gets you. It understands what you're really looking for. I mean, just look at this search query. Find me a 3-bedroom house in a walkable neighborhood with good schools, and so on. A few years ago, a request this specific, this human, would have taken an agent hours, maybe even days of painstaking work. Now, an AI can process all of that, understanding nuanced things like walkable or potential for a home office in seconds. This is a total game changer. So you take that incredible AI search power and you combine it with the new transparent pricing from the settlement, and what do you get? The whole old school all-in-one package just starts to fall apart. This is what we're calling the Great Unbundling. And this is what the future looks like. It's basically an a la carte menu for real estate. You, the consumer, get to pick and choose. Maybe you just need someone for a flat fee to show you some houses. Or hey, maybe you found the house yourself and you just want to hire a negotiation expert. You only pay for the specific services you actually need. No more one size fits all. Okay, let's jump ahead a bit. Fast forward to 2031. The revolution is over and the dust has settled. We're now in the automated new normal. In this world, big platforms are in charge, and automation is just standard practice. It's part of every single transaction. Now this slide, this is the big one. This really shows you the before and after, and the difference is just staggering. Look at total commissions. They plummet from that old 5-6% down to just 1 or 1.5%. The agent's role completely changes from a generalist to a highly focused specialist or system operator. And transaction time? We're talking about going from a month or more down to just a week or two. It's faster, it's way cheaper, and it's way more transparent for everyone. And here's the statistic that really powers this whole new reality. By 2031, a staggering 85 to 90% of a standard home purchase will be automated. Think about that. Almost everything, from the initial search to handling the paperwork, will be done by a system. The human touch will only be needed for the most complex, unique situations. So the big question is, where do you fit into this future? It doesn't matter if you're a professional in the industry right now or if you're just thinking about buying a home someday. This is going to affect you. So let's talk about what this new world means and how you can actually thrive in it. For any professionals watching, it looks like there are really three main paths forward. First, you could become a platform operator, basically using technology to manage a huge number of transactions efficiently. Second, you could be the high-touch specialist, focusing on those really complicated deals. Think luxury properties or commercial real estate, where deep human expertise is absolutely essential. Or third, you can become the ultimate local market expert, having that kind of deep, neighborhood-level knowledge that an algorithm just can't replicate. But I've got to be really direct here. The choice is pretty simple. You either adapt or you get left behind. That middle ground, the agent who did a little bit of everything, that role is disappearing. Fast. You have to choose a path. So that brings us full circle. This isn't a what-if scenario anymore. This revolution is already underway. The foundation for this new real estate world is being laid right now, as we speak. So the only real question left is for you. Which role will you play? Are you going to be an architect who helps build this new future? An operator who masters the new tools? Or will you just be an observer watching from the sidelines? The story of real estate's future is being written, and you have to decide if you're going to be in it.